This video demonstrates a way that you could generate a master address for the ChainLock product. It's just an example. It doesn't really matter how you generate the master address. And again, the master address can be used to access your online accounts in the event that you lose your working addresses. So, for example, if you lose your cell phone, you lose your digital wallet that has the working addresses on it. So, in this example, what we're going to do is we're going to create a new single address account by clicking this button here, and we select the advanced option. We're going to go ahead and just have the wallet generate the address for us, and I'm just going to name it master. So now I've got this new master address. If I click on the balance, it shows me this is the public address, this QR code version of it. Okay, and there's this private key that's associated with this address in the account, stored in the phone. And that's that master. The private key is what we want to essentially print out and save in a safe place, so that it's the only version, the only copy of the private key is basically on a printed piece of paper that we can then store, say, in the safe deposit box. So the way that's done is we want to create a backup of the master address, and so click create backup up here. When I click the yes button, what's going to happen is it's going to show me some backup codes that I need to write down. It doesn't show it on the screen because it won't broadcast these codes, which is kind of a security feature. But in any event, there's a 16-digit key that you need to write down and save, so that you can then use to regenerate the master address when you need to. So, and again, what that key is for is to encrypt the private key. So what you'll be printing and saving is actually an encrypted version of the private key, which is even more secure. So if somebody was even able to steal the encrypted version of the key somehow, they would still need your 16-digit backup code. So what you do after you generate the backup code and the backup address is you can email it to yourself from your wallet. And so this is what we've done here. I've emailed it to you. It's a PDF file that's emailed to you. And here's where you write down in this, you print this page out, right? And you write down your 15-character password plus the checksum, right? And typically what you probably do is go ahead and just store this. You could store it separate from your private key, or you could store it together. Obviously even more secure if you store them separately. But let's say you store them both together. So that's the code, and this is your encrypted private key. Right? So again, you print this out, you write in your digits, your characters for your backup, and then you print this out, you delete this file. Even if you don't delete it, you've only written this down. This code has been written down on paper. Again, everything is on paper. Nothing at this point, nothing is online. So again, you print this out, and what's printed on paper, it never hits the internet, never hits a computer. Okay, so then you print this out, and you could store multiple copies in your safe deposit box. And then what you want to do is basically you want to delete the private key off of your phone, out of your digital wallet. So if I select the master address and I select delete, and what you could do is keep it as a read-only key, right? So you click that box there. And what that will do is it will keep the master address in your accounts so that you can view that and verify that no one has accessed it, no one has reduced the balance of that address. Right? So I still have the master address as an account, but there is no private key. The private key is no longer stored on this phone. Again, the only copy of the private key for the master address is going to be printed on this piece of paper and stored in my safe deposit box. Okay, and so then when I want to, if I lose my cell phone, I lose my working addresses, I get a new phone, I download a new version of the Mycelium wallet, and then I create a new account and I import, right? So if I click this button here to create a new account, and I hit advanced, right? And then I would hit this scan button, and I would scan this QR code that I got out of my safe deposit box, and I could take a copy of the whole page out of my safe deposit box, scan this QR code, enter in my, then it will ask me to enter in this code here, this key, this 16-digit key, and then it will import into your new wallet, into your new phone, the master address, including the private key, right? And then, so then you can use this master address to access all of your online accounts and reset your working address for all of your online accounts. And then when you're done, again, you would delete the master key, the master private key, but keep the master as a read-only again. And you would essentially burn this copy of the private key that you took out of your safe deposit box, and then you have recovered everything. So it's extremely secure, again, because you're storing the master private key in an encrypted form, only on paper, never is online. So no hacker can find this code, this private key, this privately encrypted key, or the code that you use to decrypt this private key. It's extremely safe. So again, please email us with any questions or comments you might have. Thank you.